some Crusader Kings 2, specifically the After the End Old World mod, a spin-off of the After the End mod that focuses on Europe and parts of Asia and Africa. To describe how the world is like in a nutshell, some centuries ago a catastrophic event occurred and the world for the most part is using Middle Age technology and social structures with some twist on things like religion and nations. We will be playing in Western Europe as the Lord Protector Friedrich II Cyflymarian of Britannia. Here he is, Friedrich II Cyflymarian, the Lord Protector of Britannia. Britannia uses the imperial government, much like the vanilla Byzantine Empire and Crusader Kings 2. He follows the Thelema religion as well as the majority of Britain, which was developed in the 1900s, and its purpose is to work and rise to a higher state of existence and unite with the higher powers. The thing about After the End, what is added into the religion and how it is morphed, the Queen has been added in, and she sort of is just waiting, so you have these Lord Protectors waiting until the Queen returns. The Cyflymarian dynasty has some history behind it. They are the fourth imperial dynasty of Britannia. They expanded the realm into mainland Europe, destroying and shattering the High Kingdom of Numenor in modern-day France, and established the government of Britannia and took part in northern France. It is also a Freddy Mercury reference, since I am told that Cyflymarian means Mercury in Welsh, and Freddy II is pretty obvious Freddie Mercury. So pretty cool. Britannia is quite large, controlling islands north of Scotland and stretching down into part of northern France. We are in a bit of a crisis right now though, as Ireland is attempting to break away. The Irish Rebellion is led by Catholic King Michael here, and if we lose this war, other parts of Britannia may seek to become independent. The Free Irish lose a battle to Governor William Wallace II, who takes a big injury to his face. A demagogue of the Summer Queen Thelema heresy leads an uprising in Northern Ireland. What is the Summer Queen? Think of Thelema, like I talked about earlier, but just add King Arthur in there. The war is nearly over for the Free Irish. And what will happen next? King Michael offers his surrender. Ireland is back under British control, and all of the participants in the rebellion are taken prisoner. The Duchy of Poitiers in France is looking vulnerable, so we're going to holy war them. To bolster our forces against the French, we will be calling in the Thelema Holy Order. They are the Redcoats. Friedrich II dies at a natural age of 46. His firstborn son, Muin, will be taking his place. This is a little awkward. Gibraltar doesn't recognize us as their overlord anymore. We white-pieced our way to Poitiers due to an increase in factions in Britannia. We will be raising some cultural retinue, the Royal Gunners, consisting of handgunners and archers. The reason for doing so is to stop any larger factions pushing in their demands. A demagogue in Scotland leads a Calvinist uprising that will be surely crushed. We're going to give our little neighbor, the King of the Duchy of Berry, a holy war to let him know how we feel about it. The rulers in southern Iceland have some pretty cool nicknames. We're going to go ahead and make them our tributaries. We go after Poitiers again. This time the ruler has become Calvinist, an uncommon religion in the area, so he shouldn't have too many allies helping him out. He does have a few allies join him in the form of the Swiss to the east and a holy order of the Calvinists, which is the Huguenots, believe it or not. The Lord Protector's wife is stabbed to death. Muin is going to leave us. He is taken by consumption at the age of 39. His younger brother, Simmerthon, becomes the new Lord Protector. Building on the conquest of the past, we will be able to create the Kingdom of France, which is made and becomes a governorate. The British now control the Kingdom of France. An epidemic is clearly the best time for a peasant revolt, if I do say so myself. Defensive pacts have formed all across Europe in an effort to stop Britannia's supremacy, but we'll just use this time to raid Spain as they are busy in a crusade. The novelist lords, including this chief here, are concerned with defending Aquitaine from the Palmarian crusade, so we'll just take this county off of his hands. The crusade for Aquitaine is a failure despite having the majority of Hispania backing it militarily. Britannia goes to war with Faramir Bonaparte for his duchy of Pas-de-Calais. This is the biggest challenge we've faced so far, with the majority of Bonaparte's neighbors joining in to aid him. There is a successful Catholic crusade in Portugal against the Fraticelli heresy. We now have an Irish Queen of Portugal. Luxembourg gets a lot bigger, inheriting Aquitania, which was so barely fought over in that earlier crusade for Aquitaine. They also had parts of Belgium, the Netherlands, and the territory of Luxembourg itself. Simmerthon dies of camp fever, and the government of France and the government of Britain are lost to Paul the Careless. Who takes Simmerthon's place is his nephew, Lord Protector Aust, as he is now known. With a new ruler on the throne, there is no defensive pacts against us. If we attack immediately, we will be going for the Grand Est, which has tons of counties we can just gobble up. Demagogue Garfield is leading a Old Thelema uprising. He is also an Old Norman. Old Thelema, as I understand it, is basically current mainstream Thelema, but it does not have the queen in it. The Grand Est Duchy King is almost immediately captured in battle, so the war is instantly over after one fight. Lord Protector Aust dies at 24, clutching at his heart. His younger brother Merwin II takes his place. If this is a sign, we should probably move our capital somewhere else. By Crusader King 2 standards, Merwin II does not have good traits. He's frail, dull, and a craven. Northampton becomes the temporary, perhaps permanent capital, as the traditional one has a lot of people dying in it. For the most insane decision I make during this video, we are going to holy war Belgium. They have a huge defensive pact helping them out. The Child Queen of Belgium has pulled together tons of support, so much in fact it is almost covering up the offer peace button. There is a need for more soldiers to defend the homeland. We'll be hiring some mercenaries in the form of the Jedi Order. Before our whole army is destroyed in Belgium, we're going to make a white peace to escape with relatively minor damage. Southern Ireland now belongs to Portugal thanks to extended family and inheritance laws. She is currently at war with Morocco, so we're going to try and take that back. She'll have the defensive pact on her side like Belgium, but the fight's a little bit more out of the way this time. I guess due to the war in the south and Portugal proper, she surrenders without us even having to get to a 100 war score. This victory will recover most of the land in Ireland. I'm going to end the video here on that high note with the victory in Ireland and expanded land in France. If you want to check out the mod, the link is in the description. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe.